These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Mark Z via PDK. I'm still hearing they want to keep things very cloudy here at the end for safety reasons. Based on my research and a couple conversations they were throwing around from dates from the 9th to the 31st, they are doing this on purpose. They don't want anyone to know the exact dates for security reasons. They have a wide target range there, and personally, I think should be on the sooner side than the later side of it. All right, Paulette says many try to compare Vietnam and Iraq when evaluating the currency. Most of these comparisons are flawed. Vietnam has a very low rate and their economy is one of the fastest growing. This is totally irrelevant comparison. The rate is not the issue. The issue is IMF Article 8 compliance. This allows freedom of movement of capital in and out of the country. Vietnam has been officially acknowledged to be Article 8 compliant. Iraq has not. Additionally, the CBI has clearly stated their intent to implement the Delete the Zeros project. Vietnam has not made such claims. Bottom line, comparing Iraq and Vietnam due to their low currency value is like comparing apples to oranges. Right, Claire article quote Al Janabi, the central bank is able to restore confidence in the Iraqi dinar soon. Quote, this problem, which confused the state of Iraqi market, will soon be resolved, and the central bank is able to restore confidence in the value of the Iraqi dinar and adjust technical matters in the near future. All right, walking stick via Frank 26 bands on the float will keep it a 1-to-1 with the American dollar. But when they lift these bands, the IQD will float faster and it will gain more than a 1-to-1 with the USD and all other currencies in the basket. Pairing 1-to-1 at the onset and as the economy of Iraq improves and grows and the education gets stronger and louder and Iraqi citizens get used to using the new currency, then everything will be perfect for the Iraqi citizens. Right, Pimpy says the last 2 months have been very rocky for the IQD only because of all the speculation out there. There's a lot of people that want to keep the Iraqi dinar unstable, and they did a pretty good job of rocking the boat. I think people are starting to wake up to this trick, or maybe not. We're going to find out that the beginning of this next year, the budget, hopefully approved by February, should calm a lot of people's nerves, and from there we should see some positive movement with the IQD. Caparoni says Iraq is beginning to create the conditions to launch a float of the Iraqi dinar, large central bank reserves, creating a private sector economy. All are conditions and requirements for the success of floating. One article specifically talked about the central bank's reserves and how they won't be needed at such a high amount a year or so from now. The clear indication that they're not planning to do anything monetary policy-wise with the dinar for at least another year. I don't expect to float until 2024 at least. All right, Hennig article quote no agreement with the region expectations to settle the draft budget for 2023. Quote Solomon attributed the reasons for its lack of readiness for discussion and approval, summed up the fact that it needs to be prepared paragraphs including the region share, the exchange rate, and infrastructure allocations. All right, lastly, Frank 26, you can't let your dinars out of your sight. You cannot give your dinars to a small bank that will send them to a large bank and have it verified if they get stolen, if they get lost, if the Brinks truck rolls over and burns up and the dinars are destroyed. They'll give you what they paid for them, but they're not going to give you the exchange rate for it. It wasn't converted. God gave you these dinars as a blessing for you to be responsible in stewardship, and you're learning how to do that.